lied. I'm not out of this relationship. I'm in. I'm so in. It's humiliating because here I am begging. Okay, here it is. Your choice. It's simple. Her or me. And I'm sure she's really great. But Derek, I love you. In a really, really big, pretend like your taste in music, let you eat the last piece of cheesecake, hold a radio over my head, screaming outside your window, unfortunate way that makes me hate you. Love you. So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
Hey Sydney, I'm early. I mean, I'm Phil, and I'm early. I'm glad you are early too. Well, sort of. I was hoping to beat you so I could get used to the room. I get really nervous in new places. And I kind of get nervous around people a lot. But I brought you these flowers. These flowers are a little wilted, but they were pretty. There's a wonderful flower shop, but I did not have time to go there today, so I went there a few days ago. I don't get a date every day, as you know. So I got the best flowers I could find because I wanted to make this one special. You know what I mean. Well, you probably get a lot of dates. Well, not a lot, but like a normal amount of dates. More than me, but let's say not as much as Madonna. But these flowers were the best a few days ago.
Mommy, Daddy, I'm really glad you can make it to our family meeting tonight. I have something we need to discuss something. I think you should consider very carefully. Are you ready? I'm going to have to skip kindergarten this year. I know what you were thinking, Mommy. You were excited to walk me to school for the first day. Dad, you thought I would be a class leader. Those things can both still happen in the first grade next year. There's really no reason for me to leave home quite yet. And right now, I think I could use a little more me time. Look, I already know my ABCs. I can recite the alphabet forwards and backwards. Numbers are a cinch. A little confused in the thousands. But I can figure it out. I can work on my napping, playtime, and snacking here at home. And it gives me more time to bond with our new dog, Mr. Lincoln's, too. I have to make sure he knows he can count on me for walks. It would be awful if you went number one or two in the house. I know you don't want that to happen, do you? And then there's another thing. I am going to have to seriously work on my coloring inside of the lines this year. As we all know, I have a difficulty in that particular area, and you don't want me to go to school coloring like a 4-year-old, do you? Of course not. I could tell by the look on your face that you are surprised by my decision. Of course you are, but trust me, I'm making the right choice here. I'm not ready to go to school yet. And you're not ready to let me go to school, right? I'm making so much sense. Going early too soon could only lead to disaster. Huge disaster! We're talking absolutely huge disaster! Bigger than you could possibly imagine! So, I'll give you time to consider my decisions. Well, I'll walk Mr. Lincoln's to the corner. I'm sure once you discuss it with each other, you will both agree to let me stay home for at least a few more years. It's a win-win situation for all of us.
What further dishonor could I bring upon our family? You do know we pay for our parents' sins, don't you? I'm not afraid to die by honoring the greater laws of the gods, as it's the least I can do. You fear punishment for disobeying the laws of man, but I fear punishment for violating the laws of heaven. Our brother lies unburied on the battlefields. I will obey the higher law and give him the honor and rights decreed by gods. I will not insist that you help me. If you do not have the mind and strength to aid me, I will act alone. Your choice is to live, mine is to die, for I have no illusions that this act will go unpunished. My tomb will be my bridal bed. I will not know the joys of marriage and children like most. I will die before my time, but I will die unafraid and unashamed.
Oh my gosh, my panic attacks are having panic attacks. I wanted to go out with this girl since 8th grade after I saw her on stage in the Garfield Middle School production of Cinderella. I attended both nights and bought the DVD so I could watch it over and over again. And now, here we are. I finally mustered up the nerve to go ask her. So what if it took me 4 years? I was sitting in calculus, going on to her for the x to the deviative to the infinite dominant time when Stanley, my math partner in crime, slams his mechanical pencil down on the desk and exclaims, "Gosh darn it, Ronald, if you don't ask her out, I swear to Pythagoras I'm going to ask her out." And when she says yes and sees what I can do with a graphic calculator, causing her to fall madly in love with me, there will be major weirdness between us. Given that very serious threat, I mean, seriously, Stanley works a graphing calculator like Arthur wielded Excalibur. I was forced to rouse all my courage and go do it. Honestly, I didn't think she'd say yes. I mean, why would she? She's the most beautiful girl in the world. And I'm me. I'm not the guy girls look at and go, "Oh yeah, I've got to get me some of that." Not to mention the fact that even if I did, I wouldn't know what to do with them anyways. It's pretty pathetic. I know. I'll just have to wait and see if she makes initial contact. Just like in science, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I'll be the opposite reaction. Yes, I like that.
We are going to Iraq, to Liberia, and not to conquer. We will not fly our flags in their country. Now, there are some who are alive at this moment who will not be alive shortly. Those of them who do not wish to go on this journey, we will not send them. As for the others, I expect you to rock their world. Wipe them out if that's what they choose. Remember, if you are ferocious in battle, remember to be magnanimous in victory. Iraq is steeped in history. It is the site of the Garden of Eden, the birthplace of Abraham. You tread there lightly. You have to go a long way to find a more generous and upright people than the Iraqis. You'll be embarrassed at the hospitality that they show you, even though they have nothing. Do not treat them as refugees in their own country. Now, there are casualties of war, remember. When they got up and got dressed this day, they did not plan to die. So allow them dignity in death. Bury them with due reverence and properly mark their graves. It remains my foremost intention to bring every single one of you out alive, but there may be some among us who will not see the end of this campaign. And we will put them in their sleeping bags, and we'll send them back. There will be no time for sorrow. We will grieve for them later. The enemy should be in no doubt that we are his nemesis and that we were bringing about his rightful destruction. But remember, it is a big step to take another human life. It is not to be done lightly. I know of other men who have taken life needlessly, and I can assure you, they live with a mark of Cain upon them. And I know your ma's will be in the queue at the co-op next week, and they won't want you to let them down. Let's bring everybody home safely and leave Iraq a better place having us been there. Our business now is north. Good luck, gentlemen.
Samantha, I bet most of the kids you babysit just want you to order a pizza, but babysitters shouldn't have to order a pizza, and I'm not like most kids. I love eating a big, healthy salad. Strong bodies, strong minds. That's what Mom always says. Sure, I can show you where everything is, Samantha. There's spinach and carrots in the fridge drawer. We should slice out the big tomato. Can you believe that tomatoes are rich in nutrients and taste better than candy? I love eating a big, healthy salad. Ooh, let's chop up some mushrooms and add some of that shredded mozzarella on top. Did you know that low-fat mozzarella provides both calcium and vitamin D? Boy, I love eating a big, healthy salad. You know what Mom always puts on top? Multi-grain croutons to add a healthy crunch. Problem is that we're out of freshly baked croutons. There's some dough in the back of the fridge. It wouldn't take too long to spread it out and stick it in the oven. In fact, we could just sprinkle the chopped tomatoes over the dough and put the big healthy salad on top. Well, maybe just the mushrooms and mozzarella. I'm not sure how spinach and carrots would do in the oven. In fact, I'm pretty sure Dad has a secret stash of pepperonis behind the butter. I think pepperonis would be pretty good with our salad, and I won't tell if you won't. No, Samantha, I've never actually made this exact salad, but if it doesn't turn out, we could always order a pizza.
Classmates, thank you. Friends, classmates, new kid. Today is a day like no other. Why, you ask? Shh, don't actually ask. Why, you think quietly in your head, because today's the day we stand up and say enough. Enough with the homework, enough with the tests, enough with quiet down and behave. Enough with reading lists and spelling bees. We are kids only once and we'll be adults for way longer. Now is our time to be young, to be free, to have fun and explore. How many grown-ups diagram sentences for their jobs? Grammar teachers, that's it. They're the only ones. How many grown-ups do math in their heads or with a pencil and paper? 0. They use calculators and computers. How many grown-ups know or care what the world capitals are or what the main export of Zimbabwe is? I don't know, but probably not very many. You know why we're in school all day? Because they don't want to take care of us, so they pay teachers to keep us oppressed while our parents go to their jobs. Well, I say no more. It's time for a revolution, and it starts with a single kid, that's me. Then it spreads to a class, that's you. Get up out of those plastic chairs and away from those round tables. Throw your folders on the floor, break those pencils, smash those crayons. It's time to get loud, it's time to get proud. We are kids and we deserve to be free. How do we get free, you may ask in your heads? Geez, I'm giving a speech here, don't interrupt, I have a plan. We rebel, we don't organize, we disorganize, we make a mess, we kidnap the principal, we tie up the teachers, we stick those gold stars on their faces and test booklets down their throats, we open the windows and play Red Rover even though it's prohibited, and if someone gets hurt, we'll untie the school nurse to help them. We have recess all day, and when we go home, we have our parents sign fake permission slips so we can wander the streets, and if someone bugs us, we'll tell them we're on a field trip. We take our phones back from the lockers they make us put them in every day, and we play video games. A video game teaches strategy, problem solving, hand-eye coordination, and teamwork. Does hitting a triangle or playing castanets to America the Beautiful in music class do those things? Does it? No! Some of you may say education is good for us. School is fun. Art class is cool. Or I think Miss Vallis is really nice and we shouldn't make her eat tests. You're allowed to feel that way, but you're wrong. School is not fun. Fun is fun. Recess is fun. Hanging out with your friends is fun. School is sitting still and giving oral reports even if you're shy. Art class is cool. But wouldn't the art without the class part be better? Who wants to make the same thing as everyone else? Maybe I don't want to wish my dad a happy Father's Day with a macaroni card. Yes, Miss Vallis is nice. But she's also evil because she's a part of the system. She's the one oppressing us, and if she were really as nice as she pretends to act, then she wouldn't be a teacher at all. So rise up, my fellow students. Throw off the shackles of your backpacks and march out of this prison with me to... Miss Vallis, you're back. I will not get off your desk. I mean, I will, but not because you told me to. Because I'm leading a rebellion and leaving this school forever. So I don't want to stay on your desk. In fact, this desk is a symbol of your authority and it makes my feet itchy just being on it. I am too wearing clean socks. Maybe they're a day or two old, but my feet are itchy because of your reign of terror, not my socks. I deny your power over me. Good day, Miss Vallis. Friends? Classmates? New kid? Should I go straight to the principal's office?
They bought it. incredible. One of the worst performances of my career, and they never doubted it for a second. How could I be expected to handle school on a day like this? This is my 9th sick day. It's getting pretty tough coming up with new illnesses. If I go for 10, I'm probably gonna have to barf up a lung. So, I better make this one count. The key to faking out the parents is the clammy hands. It's a good non-specific symptom. I'm a big believer in it. Some people will tell you that a phony fever is a deadlock, but if you get a nervous mother, you could wind up in the doctor's office. It's worse than school. So, what you do is you fake a stomach cramp, and when you're bent over, moaning and wailing, you lick your palms. It's a little childish and stupid, but then, so is high school. I did have a test today. It wasn't bullcrap. It's on European socialism. I mean, really, what's the point? I'm not European. I don't plan on being European, so who gives a crap if they're socialists? They could be fascist anarchists. That still wouldn't change the fact that I don't own a car. Not that I condone fascism, or any ism for that matter. Isms, in my opinion, are not good. A person should not believe in an ism. They should believe in themselves. I quote John Lennon, "I don't believe in Beatles, I just believe in me." Good point there. Of course he was the walrus. I could be the walrus. Still have to bum rides off people.
So, hello? Hello? Oh yeah, the mic's over there. This is fake. So this song's called Sad, because I'm sad and I'm saying everything sad. Picturing a depressed onion cutting itself. My level medicine. Damn, this could really use some background music. Whatever. I met a homeless man named Rich. He was isn't that terrible? I saw a flyer for a lost dog, and the dog didn't have any legs. I saw a diabetic kid trick-or-treating. I saw a giraffe who had a short neck. That was sad. Or a deer. I saw an old man get hit by a train. He didn't sit in the pouring rain. He didn't hear me shout, "Look out for the train," because I didn't say anything. I just thought, yeah, that is going to be sad. And it was. I'm a genius. I saw a man with only one eye. In a 3D movie, I saw a little boy drop his ice cream cone directly on his mother's corpse. I saw a kitten stuck in a tree, then the kitten jumped off and he hung itself. I saw a boy that had red hair. I went to a store looking for something to buy, but they only sold paintings of the same sad guy. No, wait, the store sells mirrors. See what I did there? Let's rock! No. The world's so sad, bros. Pain, war, genocide, sexism, racism, but you gotta remember, there's good things about it too, right? Like the fact that none of that stuff's happening to me. Score! But seriously, though, it's hard not to be sad about it. I've been telling you all terribly sad things this whole song, and you haven't been sad. You've been happy. No. Laughing. That's it. Laughter. It's the key to everything. It can solve everything. I'm not for the people that are actually sad, but for the people like you and me that gotta deal with them all the time, you know? The world's not sad. It's funny now. I get it. I'm a sociopath. I saw an old man slip and fall. What a freaking idiot. I saw one at a daughter's funeral. Ha ha ha. Classic comedy. Everything that once was sad's funny now. Because my empathy is bumming me out. So goodbye, sadness. Hello, jokes.
Alright, Dad, I don't want to freak you out, but I'm pretty sure that there's a ghost in my closet. I'm 100% sure of it. And I'm 50% sure that it means us no bodily harm. And I'm 25% sure that it's a friendly ghost, I guess. I'm 0% certain that this can just be ignored. This is the kind of ghost that needs to be heard. I propose we have a seance. I anticipate your question is, how do you know what a seance is? Well, Dad, I can read. And the library is full of books. Listen, I know kids back in your day didn't really have Google, but I do. And you can learn a lot after just Googling, what does the ghost want to tell me? I think this ghost has some unfinished business on Earth, the kind that only we can help them with. Based what I'm 90% certain off of what I heard it say, I have developed the following theories. 1. It's a Civil War veteran that didn't get his chance to profess his love to a beautiful woman. And 2. It's future me, trying to warn me about the ghosts.
Mother, Father, I'm really glad you could make it to our family meeting tonight. I have something we need to discuss. Something I feel like you should take very seriously. Are you ready? I'm going to have to skip kindergarten this year. I know what you're thinking. Mother, you thought that you would take me to school for the first day. Father, you thought I would be a class leader. But those things can still both happen in first grade next year. All right, look, I already know my ABCs. I can recite them forwards and backwards. Numbers are a cinch. A little confusing in the thousands, but I can figure that out. And I can also work on my napping, playtime, and snacks here at home. And it would also give me a little more time to bond with our new puppy, Mr. Lickers. I want him to know that he can count on me for walks. You don't want him to go number 1 or number 2 in the house, do you? Of course not. And then there's another thing. I will have to seriously work on my coloring inside of the lines. And as we all know, I'm having a hard time in that particular area. And you don't want me to be coloring like a 4-year-old, do you? Of course not. I can tell by the look in your eyes that you are surprised by my decision. But trust me, I am making the right decision here. You're not ready to let me go to school yet. I'm not ready to go to school yet. This will only lead to disaster, huge disaster, and I mean absolutely huge disaster. So I'll give you time to consider my decision while I walk Mr. Lickers to the corner. I'm sure by the time that I get back, you'll make the right decision. Bye.
Hi, my name is Michaela Johnson, and I wrote a spoken word poetry for my monologue. It's basically about the teenage mind as a woman, if you could say that, I guess, and what she really thinks during the day and how much she critiques herself. And that's basically the gist, but there's a hidden meaning behind it at the end. I can't say much more or else it'll spoil it. So here we go. It's called On a Real Level. 7 a.m. Get up and shower. 7:20. Get dressed. No, not that. Too tight. Too loose. Too inappropriate. Too boring. I guess this is it. Because you see, if I show too much skin, I'm a slut. If I don't show any, I'm boring. If it's too tight, my stomach will stick out. And if it's too loose, it'll fall right off. Next is shoes. Now, I have to fit my feet into these tight Converse because that's what everybody else wears. Even though I know my toes are going to cramp and my ankles are going to blister. Anything to be pretty. 7:30. Cut myself shaving. Gotta clean that up and wipe the blood. Please don't scar. Scars aren't pretty. 7:45. Standing in front of the mirror. Time to critique. Too fat here. God, what I'd give to be skinny. Oh, I better cover that up. Acne isn't pretty. My hair is such a mess. I better put it up. Why do my pants fit like that?
Can't wear shorts or else when I sit down my thighs will stick out. And that's not pretty. My face breaks out and my eyelashes stick together. But I put on makeup because makeup is pretty. 8 o'clock, time to go. Skip breakfast because I don't need it. Cover girls don't eat, right? 8:05, get on the bus. I sit in back because that's where the popular kids sit. 8:20, get off the bus and find the group. None of us are really close friends, but whatever. Anything to be popular. Another rude comment comes out of his mouth. It doesn't even make sense, and it was mean. But instead of saying something, I laugh because everyone else did, and they're popular, so I fit in. 8:45, walk into class. The teacher's passing out papers. Another smile from her as she sets the A on my desk. Instead of being proud, I put the paper in my bag and move on. I don't want to be called a nerd. Nerds aren't popular. Even though I did spend 3 weeks studying and preparing for that, even though I have straight A's, even though I look proud and look forward to seeing my teachers and parents smile, I still hide my perfect papers in the bottom of my bag because smart isn't pretty. 11 a.m. As I walk down the hall, I see all these perfect girls and I think of how much I wish I were them. They have perfect hair, shiny and glossy, perfect waists, and perfect curves, expensive clothes, perfect boyfriends. They are pretty. 12:30, lunch. Find a table, sit, listen to the popular kids talk about last night's party, how Sarah and Dawn made out in the corner, about how Jade was kicked out because she brought her girlfriend, how Anthony got so trashed he stuck his hand in the cheese. Listening though I do, I can't help think about what I did this weekend. 3 hours of Stranger Things and a case of Pepsi with my dog. Trip to Costco to get some food, yet I did come back. I wandered off thinking, what would happen if I didn't? Would they notice me? What would they say behind my back? 1 o'clock. 4th period bell. Excited for the fact that I get to see my best friend. Walk into class, she's not there. Brush it off. 5 o'clock. Homework's done and I go to dinner. Mom piles my plate, worried that I barely made a dent. Dinner ends and I go back to my room. 6 o'clock. As I start to take off my mask of clothes and makeup, my true self is slowly exposed bit by bit. The flare of hatred and disgust rises out of me and lands on the floor as tears. 7:15. Mom walks into my room sobbing and shaking. Only the words, "She's gone," come out of her mouth. And that's when everything stopped. I had now known why she did not show to class today. The day faded away. You see, kids nowadays take their lives for reasons such as they're not popular. They don't appreciate their appearance. Their parents are disappointed in them for the choices and grades. They don't feel worthy of living. So they choose the easy way out. But what they don't see is that their scars, their weight, their personality make them who they are. They don't see the people in their life that appreciate them and that are there for them. They only see what they're not. They don't see how much they matter.
It is time, my lord. What shall I do with the others? Shall I slay them?
Kill them all.
Much obliged. Get there. Oh, I know you like. Yeah. My lord, may I ask you something?
To what?
Where?
Where? To what?
I'm not sure.
Not sure to what?
I do not see a twat. Where is the twat, my lord?
Where?
That is what I thought you were asking me, lord.
To what?
Yes!
To what? I do not understand you.
So there is no twat.
To what did you want to ask me?
Oh, that is what you... Right. Pardon me hearing, my lord. 'Twas wondering if you would be so kind as to permit me to stop in town of Whiffleberry for some Burger King.
Burger King, you say?
Yes, my lord, I say, indeed I do.
What? I did not know that there was a Burger King in Whiffleberry.
Yes, there is, my lord.
I order you to order me a Whopper.
Yes, my lord. I would be honored to bring you back a Whopper. Chicken fingers?
Yes, and a Coke. Diet, no ice.
Yes. Is that all, my lord?
No, I would like fries, another Whopper, double stacked meat, remove the lettuce and tomato, and hold the mayo.
All right.
Was the owner granted permission to build a Burger King in Whiffleberry?
Only if you were in accordance with the law.
I do not recall. Check. If not, after you order, bringing back the head of the owner.
Yes, my lord.
Go, return before sunset.
Good day to you. I will kill the wrongdoers and be off to Burger King. I bid you goodbye, my lord. Heck yeah, boy! Excuse me, lord. Tickle me throat. Upon my return.